concept of servant leadership as I grew up in the church wasn't that the parishioners determined how you led. It was that your direct connection through serious focus and prayer is what you ultimately determined was how you were called to lead.
Sure. Well, I mean, but there's no dispute here. In this, we're talking about the concept of marriage itself. So in the concept of marriage itself, when this model, so what these people are making the bold claim of saying is that if the person is the head of the marriage, right, they're the reflection of Christ, the head of the church, and the woman is the reflection of the body, right, the body of the church, that Christ is the leader, right, and the body follows the head. They're making the bold claim instead that the follower here can make the determination in how they are served by the head. I dispute this and say that that's illogical and incoherent. That can't actually even be true because you, as the servant, could not make the determination of how you were served. The leader would have to.
Is there okay? Because and yeah, that does seem absolutely fucking crazy to me.
Yeah, of
With
course it does,
it
because it
really
is.
does
It's the stupidest
because
shit I
you
ever
have it
heard.
even in Protestantism, even in, Pentecostal Light Church of God, there's a legitimate hierarchy that exists. The
Yes.
parishioners don't get to tell you what the pastor does. The pastor is there as the vessel of Christ in order to
Mhm.
communicate a specific
This is
message
why
to the body.
feminism, this is why this feminist infiltration is worth going after, and it's worth destroying these people's stupid ass arguments everywhere that we find them. Regardless of your denomination, you should be doing this, I would think.
Yeah.
But ultimately, this is a perverse way of viewing how marriage is supposed to work. It's a perverse way of viewing how a church is supposed to work.
I mean,
Okay.
it sounds to me like some sort of communist dictionary reinterpretation of what it
Well, it
actually means
actually
to be
is.
a servant leader.
It's a corporate dictate which was come up by a man named Green in 1970. It has
Yeah.
been refuted even at the corporate level. I have multiple essays of people just at the corporate level giving refutations to how stupid this is, right?
I very clearly remember my pastor when I was like 7 washing everyone's feet. That would be a traditional example of servant leadership that's engaging in a position of, quasi
Sure, sure,
subservience in
sure.
order
Okay,
to
but
do
no
better.
dispute, no dispute there. The question is who got to determine that he was going to do that? Not
Well, the
you.
Bible did at
Well,
that
wait,
point.
but not you.
Of course not.
Of course not, right? That's the point, right? Is that the determiner here has to be the person who's making the and in Protestantism, how else could this work? If the idea here is that the Bible itself is the normative authority, we ought do what Bible says. Okay, fair enough. But if that is the case, and the Bible says, well, the husband is the head, and he is the leader of your family, he's the leader of you, and he is the representation of Christ in the church, then if that is the case, then any appeals you would make to the Bible as the interpreter, you would have to yield to your husband's interpretation.
And if you didn't, you'd have to at least yield the church authorities' interpretation of that before you got to some sort of an answer.
You would think, but that's why I think that this is illogical, and that nobody I have yet to hear a refutation to this. So
I
anyway, I appreciate the call in very much.